Hi, this is Amy, and today we're going to figure out what type of eater you are. Why is this important? Because you have to know in order to change it. So, if you like my content, please subscribe to my channel by clicking right here. And last week I covered the 10 principles of intuitive eating. And if you'd like to watch that video, go ahead and click right here. It's really great. Oh, here. And regardless of what type of eater you are, if you diet backlash will often be a side effect. What is diet backlash? Well, it's periods of careful eating, dieting, blowing it, and then paying penance with more dieting and careful eating. And often we gain more weight back within that cycle than what we lose. So let's figure out what type of eater you are so we can make today the first day of stopping the dieting cycle. So the first one is the careful clean eater. The careful clean eater is vigilant about what foods they put in their bodies. You may agonize over every morsel you eat, scrutinize every food label, interrogate the server at a restaurant, always fun to be with that person eating out, and be very rigid about monitoring the quality and quantity of food eating, food plan, or religiously worry about what to eat. The careful clean eater runs the fine line of genuinely interested in health and eating carefully for the sake of body image. They are often guided by time or events like eating clean during the week and cheating on the weekends. That's me. But the negatives of the careful clean eater is it's diligent or militant eating, and it affects a healthy relationship with food and negatively impacts your body. It's too rigid. So I am very guilty of being the clean eater. I used to food journal, count calories, religiously, and then also like eat clean during the week and then eat whatever on weekends, drink whatever on weekends. And it just wasn't a good relationship with food. So that's the first type of eater. The professional dieter is perpetually on a food plan or diet. They know so much about portions of food, dieting tricks, calories. They know a lot of information about food plans and calories in food. Every eating choice is often for the sake of losing weight, often in the guise of health. It's not unusual for these individuals to binge or engage in the Last Supper before starting a diet. You would often be frustrated with the vicious cycle of dieting, diet, lose weight, gain weight, intermittent binges, and diet again. It's a hard way to live, and dieters are often prone to eating disorders. So if you are dieting all the time, the professional dieter, you probably know this is not good mentally or physically, because it's the gain weight, lose weight, and you often gain more weight back after that. So it makes you feel like crap because it feels like you have failed when in fact diets fail you. All right, so we also have the unconscious eater. An unconscious eater is often engaged in paired eating. In other words, you're on the phone or watching TV while you're eating. You often live an overscheduled life. You're too busy, too many things to do, with too much chaos. You often take a quick 15-minute lunch on the go. Unconscious eaters often go too long without eating because they forgot or they didn't have time, and then overeat, which is a biological response to not eating. So if you forget to eat and then you binge at night when you remember to eat and you're starving, that is just a biological response of not eating throughout the day. And a lot of us are unconscious eaters these days because our phone is so addictive. And you can be a combination eater. So this is not one or the other. You can be a combination. All right, so the next one is the refuse not unconscious eater. And you're very vulnerable to the mere presence of food while even though you're not hungry. If it's sitting there and it's staring at you, you want to eat it. You're not aware that you're eating or how much you're actually eating. Someone with this type might be walking by the office break room and grab a handful of M&Ms and not even realize it, which I used to work in an office that had snacks. And because we had snacks for the clients, we brought in our own snacks because we would eat all the snacks for the clients. So it was sitting out. And if the food is sitting out there, you're probably going to grab it and eat it without even thinking about it. You're probably not even hungry. I'm guilty of this as well. I shouldn't say guilty. It's not guilt. It's just, it is what it is. This is what it is. My husband often says he does social experiments. Sometimes he will leave like a piece of chocolate out or something that he's not eating and see how long it takes me to eat it, which I always do. All right. So the next one is the waste not unconscious eater. And this is the clean the plate eater, and you often eat the kids' leftover food too. So that's very common with parents. And then the clean the plate, that's what we were told as kids: clean your plate, don't waste food, right? So external influences telling us what we should eat and when we should eat instead of actually listening to our hunger signals. All right, so the next one. The emotional unconscious eater uses food as a predominant way to cope with emotions. Now we're getting deep. Especially uncomfortable ones like anger, stress, and loneliness. So this is a big one. When we're bored, we're often replacing food with something that is missing. And so it's most likely emotional stuff when we do that. So if you like this and you want to take an actual quiz, visit my website at MastroStretch.com. You can click here to get to that, or the link in the description. And it's a guide. You're going to get a guide that helps you learn to start to trust your body again. So you're going to get a quiz just to see what type of eater you are, and then a guide to learning to trust your body signals, your physical and emotional sensations that come with eating, and tuning into your intuitive eating superpowers. So we're trying to get those back, and this guide is going to help you get those back. And if you want more videos about intuitive eating, like the biggest nutritional myths out there, check out this playlist at the end of the video, at the end screen. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm thoroughly enjoying sharing this information, and thank you for watching. And until next week, bye for now.